Midterms Tuesday control both the House and the Senate, up for grabs tonight and, well, quite frankly, for the next month as we watch for possible recounts, not just implications on the markets, but 2024 as well. Let's bring in senior columnist Rick Newman to tell us how exactly tonight factors into what we could see 2 years from now on the top of the ticket, sir.
The base case, obviously, is a bad night for the Democrats, or a bad week for the Democrats. As you pointed out, we may not know all the results. And so let's say that is what actually happens. I mean, that really takes the air out of President Biden's ambitions to run again in 2024, because he keeps going around saying this is not a referendum, but it is a referendum on President Biden. And voters are obviously very unhappy with the state of the economy. Gas prices too high, food prices too high. Biden has been telling people he's doing something about it. He signed something called the Inflation Reduction Act, but it didn't reduce inflation, at least not enough probably to make a difference in the election. So this could sort of seal the end of President Biden's political career, if you will. Now, obviously, he's going to serve another 2 years as president. But if Democrats do as poorly as it sounds like they might, I just think there's no way Biden can run again.
And Rick, what about the names that former President Trump has thrown his support behind? Obviously, hearing reports that we might hear an announcement about his presidential run any day now. What's at stake for him?
Well, as it's a referendum on Biden's handling of the country and the economy, to a lesser extent, it is also a referendum on Trump in terms of some of the candidates he has endorsed. So we know, I think it's safe to say we know that some of the more extreme candidates seem likely to lose, such as the Republican he has endorsed in the Pennsylvania governor's race. But it's not like Trump, every one of Trump's endorsed candidates has to win. I mean, this is more like a batting average. And maybe if his batting average, if you will, if 60% of his candidates win, that could suggest that Trump still has a pretty iron lock on the Republican Party. But we all know that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is breathing down his neck, or maybe it's the other way around at this point, that DeSantis is out in front and Trump is breathing down his neck. So Trump has a real challenger. And my contention, even though Trump supposedly is going to announce that he's running for president in 2024 as early as next week, my contention is that Trump is a wounded candidate already, and it's very unlikely he would do as well as he did in 2016.
Yeah, and Ken Griffin getting ready to fund Ron DeSantis changes those dynamics quite a bit. I want to push back a little bit on what you talked about with President Biden, because he does have an incredible agenda. The accomplishments are, in some matter of speaking, unrivaled. And we've seen plenty of presidents take a shellacking in the midterms, notably Bill Clinton, triangulate, come back, and build a legacy. Why can't Biden do that?
Obama did the same thing. Obama got creamed in 2010, and he used that word, shellacking. I think because Biden's 79 years old, honestly. I don't remember how old President Obama was when he lost control of Congress in 2010, but I believe he's still in his 40s. Biden does not have the energy people want him to have. I think you can, if you try to put Biden in historical context, you can say, voters wanted Biden to bring normalcy back to government, to end the chaos of the Trump presidency, and Biden did that. And even if he's a one-term president and he really doesn't get much more done legislatively for the next 2 years, as you pointed out, he already got a lot done. He got an infrastructure bill that President Trump could not get done. He got a huge COVID relief bill. He got the CHIPS Plus Act, which is sort of the biggest industrial policy bill in a long time, perhaps ever. And then the big green energy bill. That's four large legislative packages, which is actually quite a lot. Now, voters don't love all of those things, which I think is part of the problem, part of the reason Democrats seem likely to lose here. But his legacy is not so bad.
The most important of those, infrastructure, I think the problem is there. Voters love it, but it's taken forever to take hold and to actually be implemented into our economy. Once they see it take shape, they're going to like it.
That's going to be, who knows, like 2024.
Right. And that's going to be the layup to another presidential election. Senior columnist Rick Newman, good stuff.